Series, the rookie division, week 7. Was dealing with some technical issues, still struggling with some audio glitches that's going on here with my other format for streaming. Trying to get that fixed, but week 7 going into tonight, they're going to start their qualifying here and underway. This is a tricky track, and I'm watching a lot of rookies struggle. What do you think, D? Feel about this one?
I just hope they don't try and go 2 or 3 wide through that little chicane section of the track. I don't think it will. I don't know. I think this one. I think both tracks tonight are going to have cautions for probably everybody.
Yeah, I think
But
tonight is going to be definitely a wild one for sure. Did not put myself on spectate for this, which I'm in a rush mode right now and trying to frantically get a lot of this chaos under control. Over here. Anyways, tonight we are running red and black. A lot of the drivers in multiple divisions are going to be running red and black tonight as an unfortunate turn of events. Soul Pun lost his nephew a few days ago. Respectfully, his nephew's favorite colors were red and black, so a lot of the drivers have decided to run his favorite colors in honor Soul Pun's nephew.
yeah, I think I might have to change up paint jobs seeing some of these cars.
It's a big deal of respect and honor. I mean, we all race with Soul Pun, raced with him for a long time. He's a good guy, and it's hard on the family to go through that. And he's here tonight, still trying to make the best he can. So we appreciate that, and we send a lot of prayers out to the family, and hope things really turn around and get better for him. Tonight, though, to head to racing and getting ready with tonight, we are seeing the return of Diamond come back. Bean has returned, and Thorn in Your Eye is back for his second week of competing in the WVL here. Made a real good performance last week. Showed what kind of speed he actually can bring into this rookie series.
Trying to figure out this camera view of the free camera, but it's not doing me no good.
It takes some time to get used to, and it really depends on what preset you're in. That makes it even harder.
Oh, well, I'm in preset 5, so that's probably why it ain't going along too easily.
Right, so when you use preset 5, it really eliminates your analog control on moving your camera around. So that's why a lot of times when you see me finally get back in the car and I have to switch back to preset 5 because I'll be in preset 1 when I do the drone cam. And if I forget, I won't hit a shift to save my life because it's like you're so used to your preset, your hand just takes over and you're just like, why am I not going? That's not right. Currently got Parky fast time of a 42.4. And Dean, 42.8. Thorn with a 43.1. Sleeper with a 44.119. Phantom with a 46.994. Diamond with a 48.8. And Upchurch with a 50.3. So this car is something that I don't know how these rookies are going to handle in the racing scenario. Because as you can see, they are pushing themselves right now in qualifying, and it is a challenge. Last time we seen the rookies race this track was season 2. We are on season 14. And I'll tell you, the reason why this track has stayed off the map for rookies this long is in season 2, we had one rookie racer finish with all his wheels. The rest finished with 3
Oh,
wheels,
wow.
and there was 6 that night. So this
Wow.
track,
Phantom
is,
with a 41.7 sliding in there.
man, he threw it there, didn't he? It was unexpected. But don't count Parky out. He was running 41.6s in his practice throughout the week, so sure he'll. Then again,
This
we'll have to see how this race goes.
unknown, you're so fast, man. Your time didn't even show up.
You know, I've been working on that, and I don't know where it comes from. We are set to run 20 laps here.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out how to get that road cutter not to slide so much.
When it comes to the road cutter and really taming it down, it does have a lot to do with throttle control. Don't, I'm hitting buttons here. You don't want to just mash this car. If you just mash it, you're gonna spin the tires like crazy. There's no ands, ifs, or buts about that.
Yeah, it's definitely got a lot of power for just being a 4-speed. This is going to be an interesting race.
Once they ready up, I'll set and ready to go once they see them all ready up here. Ramrod, impatient there, flicking it back and forth.
Yeah, I almost asked where Parky was, but I forgot he's in the rookie division.
Right. So, we have had all since last week been hearing this conversation. There is a big rivalry between Parky and Phantom. And it's not a like bad rivalry. It is simple, fun competition. And these two in the A class, Phantom leads Parky by 8 points.
Oh,
So
wow.
they're in the hunt there, chasing each other down. So that makes that even more heated. But then we go into the B class, and you got Parky sitting here 20 points ahead of Phantom. So in the overall standings, of course, you have Parky leading it. I mean, there's plenty of room here. You're going to see Phantom try and really push in this A class to hold on to that. The overall, he wants to catch him in the B to be able to knock that overall down because there's only a 12-point spread between the overall. But tonight's going to be a little wild. They're racing the buggy at Torstall in Maine for the E-class race after this one. So that's going to be
Yeah, now,
another
my
wild one.
opinion on that one, that car is not made for that track. It's a squirrely little
We're going to
car, I'll
tighten
tell
it
you
up
that.
here. See how this green flag's going to go. This first section is going to be an interesting one. There you go, green flag. And through this first
Ooh,
section, Phantom with a huge jump.
just a bit outside.
They get hooked up there. They are able to keep it together. I don't think Soul will call that or not. I don't see it as tragic. Oh, there goes
Phantom just
Diamond
opened up a
into a double
pretty
wall
rough.
shot there.
Parky is a coming. Trying to switch cars.
Now I expect we'll see Thorn in Your Eye probably by the end of this race start turning laps to really run with these front guys because I've noticed he gets a little bit more comfortable as the race goes on.
Yeah, I think there's quite a few people that get more comfortable as the race goes on. It's like me. I prefer just race 25 laps and not even qualify.
that a lot of people do like to do. I know there's some that like to show up with
Yeah.
no practice at all, just like to run it. Switch it up here. This way I can be easier because they're going to get spread out a little bit, and you can see the aerial shots of this track as they come through this hairpin here. Now I do notice a lot of people overdrive this hairpin, like they bury it in so hard and then they lose the momentum coming out of the corner.
Yeah, it's probably 100% my problem is sometimes I just don't know when to let out the gas.
Looks like Fiend ended up catching the guardrail back in the chicane back there. That is such a high speed chicane that you have to set up for just right to be able to get through. And it's kind of like this final chicane before the stretch for the straightaway. It's a smooth. Fiend is just really all over, struggling. Lost his touch groove. It's going early. Phantom's still out here at the pretty good sized lead over Parky right now. Not what Parky wants to exactly see going on here.
Phantom ran a 41.351.
Cruising out
Picked it
there.
up a bit.
Definitely
And to be
cruising.
from way across the other side of the pond, that's actually pretty darn good.
Now, Phantom, I noticed when his ping will actually set and hold, he can run some really good laps and really good lines.
Yeah.
I think he struggles more with lag and the fight and lag and wants to
Yeah,
or would like to.
because they'll tell you, like, if they get too close to a wall, they'll lag. Or they get too close to anything, like
Oh,
Parky just
Parky with the
spun
wall.
around in the chicane.
Phantom down to a 41-2. Cooking.
He's opened up a very, very big lead on number 2, Parky.
See Phantom going down the backstretch there, and then you pan over and you catch Parky coming into the scene here. Top three have kind of broke away from Sleeper, catching up to Mr. Diamond and Fiend back here. Now Diamond, notice he's taken the safer route around the last little section of the track, using the asphalt. It's not faster, but it is a lot more safe and comfortable for somebody that's
Yeah.
not used to taking the dirt chicane.
Yeah, I was talking about that earlier. I was like, it'd be pretty cool if we all actually had to stay on the asphalt going through the little chicane part.
This Phantom
So it'd
has
be
caught
interesting.
Mr. Diamond.
Thorn is
Phantom
not
gives him
too
a
far
little
behind Parky.
Phantom gave him a little love tap there, saying, "Hey, leader's behind you." Diamond moved out of the way, let him by.
It's a good racer right there, man.
Diamond is a younger. I'm not sure.
Oh,
Oh,
Fiend just flipped
Fiend.
and
That's gonna be a
that
caution. That
Thorn, I
just
believe, or I don't know who he just hit, but somebody
turned
just
the third
spun.
place driver. I'm not even sure what happened there. I mean, he came in on two wheels and just
Yeah, he come into the chicane and the little dirt hill that's right there to your left. His driver's side wheels
I
caught it and it kind of flipped him.
I'm not sure if they caught that. I would assume that would have been a caution. I mean, that's your third place
Yeah,
driver, but not your race
he's
official. I'm just the ones that you're curiously.
Fiend looks like he is having a little bit of a lag issue or something because his car just jumped from one side of the track to the other.
And that's very possible. I know Parky would have loved to see a caution right
Oh, there
there.
it goes again.
Storm makes his way around Diamond. Tries to, anyways. Catch back up with our leader here as he goes through that final chicane.
I will say this.
Catching
Phantom
up
is
Church.
driving that road cutter like he stole it.
I've never actually seen Phantom in Cutter, and I don't even think I actually practiced. Oh, that
Oh
was
my.
rough right there. It's like his car just would not turn. But back to what I was saying, I've actually never really seen Phantom drive the road cutter, so I didn't know, and I didn't see him in practice, so I wasn't really sure of how he was gonna do with it.
We'll say this, his car is definitely not recognizable without the skeletons on
That
it.
might be it. He might have lost some weight.
Are we sure that's Phantom? Trying to switch
Possibly.
back through to see if there's anybody else bunched up. Nope, we're
Phantom is
still
actually
spread
starting to
out.
catch your fourth place driver, Sleeper. He is he is not looking like a rookie driver this race. That's
Mr. Diamond's just spun in the chicane.
he is definitely proven a point that he wants to hold that A-class points lead over Parky. And I mean, Parky has been holding his car together really well. I think he's got second highest amount of health on the track right now. I think the other one that's only higher than he is Sleeper. I don't think Sleeper's actually touched anything. Scroll, check that out. And Sleeper's still at like be 199 maybe.
Oh, hold on to it, Parky.
Is kind of riding the struggle bus with this road cutter as he just fills the wall again. I'm not seeing any ping spikes from him, so just because your ping doesn't spike doesn't exactly mean you're struggling in that aspect.
Unless it's one of them issues like Little Unknown has where the controller has got the stick drift.
This Little Unknown did do some practicing tonight or last night, and he was getting frustrated. His controller is pretty much done, and believe it or not, he has his controller dead zone, the steering dead zone, actually turned to 100%.
Oh,
Still
wow.
is that bad. So
Oh, wow.
yeah, his
Yeah, that's
controller is
pretty
either
bad.
but high side of the conversation, he still ran a 41.6 struggling. So see how it goes.
It's
I,
still really good, even with stick drift. It's pretty darn good, especially if you can handle your car and keep it from going too far one way or the
right.
other.
And this is true. And I mean, I know your semi-pros were breaking mid 40s, the low 40s, and I know the kid's got it in him. He's gonna have the fight of his controller, so be
Yeah,
interesting to
unless he
watch.
gets upset or something ticks him off, 'cause I notice he gets upset. He kind of goes faster.
But I am putting past the show here because Phantom is just he has
Oh, he's
walked away with this one. He has 4 laps remaining, and he got a jump off the start and just said, "I'm gonna see you guys later," and checked out. This might be his new favorite car. Or it was a secret hidden car that we didn't know about.
yeah. I practiced this a little bit earlier, but I don't know. It's just something with this car that I
Chasing
don't know.
him
It's
around the
just
track.
it's not the easiest 4-speed car to drive. I tell you that.
Yeah, this thing's got massive fucking power.
Yeah, it's
It's in my opinion, this is a true sleeper car because if you learn how to drive it, it is fast. But it's one that bounces, it's unpredictable. The road cutter's heavy, its suspension does not like uneven terrain at all, and the bigger the jump, the worse it gets.
Oh yeah. Well, I noticed like because I've tried the road cutter before, like on the Eagles Peak track, and if you hit a jump and you get your suspension drop down below a 5, I've noticed the rear of the car as you come off the last jump going to the right-hander to go toward the finish line, the car bounces just the rear end only. But I leave mine on a 5 suspension just to keep it stable.
Yeah, and you don't want to go like a 3 or higher because all of a sudden this car loses its total aspect of turning because then you start three-wheeling and you're gonna get a mad push everywhere. And oh, Thorn
Yeah.
just hit Fiend's dead car. Having a
And speaking of the power of this car, well, the weight is 3390 with no armor. It's got 523 horsepower and 595 foot-pounds of torque at 3,800 RPMs.
But speaking of that softer suspension, I'm sitting here watching Thorn in Your Eye go around this track, and I can tell he's running probably about a 3 suspension. You can just see how much that car is hiked up, and it's wanting to pick that left front up compared to the others. A 2
Yeah,
doesn't sit quite that high, and then you can see Sleeper behind him. I think Sleeper's on I don't know why I said 2, but Sleeper's probably on a. And I know, look at how low Parky's car is. I do know he's 5.
yeah,
But we are
Mr.
on the last
Diamond
lap. I'm gonna
is.
track over here and watch Phantom as he's gonna pull in the win here. This is a great run. I'm not gonna cut that one short at all. Phantom's gonna cross the line here in a few car lengths and take home the first win of the night. He sent the car into the wall, which doesn't surprise me. And Upchurch collects his car. He says.
Phantom just legitimately
Parky
put on
brings
a
home
show.
second. Thorn finishes
And
third.
Thorn is in third.
They ended up lapping all the way up to 4th place, so Sleeper has another
Oh,
lap
wow.
to continue. Your top 3 put 4th, 5th, and 6th a lap down. Well, 4th and 5th a lap down. Mr. Diamond, I think, was 2 or 3 laps down.
Yeah, if you look at his car as well, to me his car looked like it's sitting pretty high up.
Church is going to be able to make it across the line. But a strong finish. I mean, he has gone every week and at least made it to the end of the race to the best he can. Ooh, definitely a wild one. Sure, there's some commotion over there with that lap time, though. I know coming into this race, I wasn't expecting a 41-2 out of a rookie. Saying I would. Oh my gosh, there's the laughter.
Congratulations,
There's the laughter.
Oh, I was sweating bullets. Trying to keep that thing in a straight line.
So, how do you feel? I'm sure there was some shots fired over there with that 41-2 for the fast lap. I mean,
I mean, it's the age-old saying: slow is smooth, smooth is fast.
And D-High said someone else was driving.
I did say that.
Hey, you know it's me driving when the car doesn't go in a straight line. It matches the driver.
Well, I thought it was somebody else because there ain't no skeletons on it.
Well, I think you proved your point to Parky out there. You're definitely making sure that A-Class is not going to be easy to take from him.
Oh, damn right. I'm not just going to give him it.
Now, how do you feel about your race coming up? Because this is the B-Class. This is where Parky's had his performance all season long, so...
Yeah, but Parky's also been saying that he can't seem to get hold of this track, so we'll see.
Best of luck out there. Congratulations on your win. And
Congrats, Phantom.
hope you have a good race out there.
Oh,
Porcelana's a
so do
rough
I.
one.
With only 3 races left and 1 week after this, I need all the luck I can get.
Well, you're in contention for that points championship, so count yourself out. Been running strong this season. Well,
Yeah, well, I've been putting in all the effort I can, and running like 2 hours of practice alongside the sunrise. It, ugh, I hate the sunrise. I hate the sunrise with every ounce of my being.
well, it's a car to learn just like every other car. I mean, they all have
Yeah,
their unique little perks. I don't know what Parky is doing in the A-Class Road Cutter still, but it's not racing against the buggy. Alright, I'll let you get back over there so we can get you qualifying, get you ready to run your race. Tell Parky, get out of that Road Cutter.
yep. And with any luck, I'll be seeing you in what, like 15, 20 minutes?
I'll be here waiting.
Yep. Well, I'll potentially see you in a bit.
Okay, good
Good
luck,
Peace.
luck to
Phantom.
you.
Thank you very much.
So now we're gonna go to the tight little track of Torsedalen, Maine with 234
That's
B-Class
exactly
B buggy.
that's exactly how you know it's Phantom when he comes in and you hear that laugh.
Yeah, that unique giggle that can kind of be creepy on you in the
Oh
at
yeah.
times. It's all in good fun though. So I know it seems a little odd, and we're getting a lot that are coming in and joining, getting ready for their races tonight, and you're seeing a lot with they enter C-Class or Sunrise Super. We have an event going on with PRA. Well, phrase that. PRA has an team event coming up on Monday with 6 teams, 6 team captains, and they are running the C-Class Sunrise Super. So everybody's trying to get as much time in with that as possible before Monday. And
Oh, that's my color, man.
and go figure, I am one that got chose as a captain. I didn't turn it down, but it was just luck of the draw, and for some reason I don't know if it was exactly lucky, but I got to pick my team.
Yeah, out of all the small cars on this game, that's probably my favorite one. That and the Killer BS, my two favorite little cars.
I cannot say I'm in that same boat with you. I'm not really being a fan of the C-Class Sunrise right now. I mean,
Oh, two gear everywhere. It don't matter where it's at. Unless it's a really short track, throw it in a one gear.
I just think it hates me. Now, oh,
It what in the world?
if you
Hang on, time out. Quit the get. There's somebody in here in a Hammerhead RS. We gotta restart their
I got it
qualifying.
take well, good for a
He
second.
tried. Somebody just flipped or hit him or tried to wreck him. So yeah, dude, whoever that was, he was trying to wreck somebody and he got it instead. How in the world did he even get in that quick?
Actually,
Let me ready up,
that's what
PlayStation.
I was trying to figure out because I did remove him, and then all of a sudden it's like the race started, and there he was again.
Oh, please let me ready up. There it goes.
So I am gonna get some good shots for this one, if I can.
So the Sunrise Super, what tracks are you? What track are you racing with that one?
As far as it's been discussed, it will be a driver pool vote out, basically. So the captains will vote tracks out
Yeah.
until there is one track remaining, I think it is, and that'll be the track that's racing. So I'm still trying to pick up on it and learn it, as Fiend is already. Sorry. Qualifying is underway. I hope this goes well for the users. I do see that we lost Mr. Diamond, as he does not have this car. This is a DLC car. One of the early on DLC cars. Fiend is really struggling, I think, with connection. His car is just doing some weird things. And we have Phantom stretching out front already. 52-2. Slap. See, I think Fiend, if he had time to practice and get into this a little bit, he might be one to actually worry about. He's shown some fast laps through this season so far. He's gotten fast lap a couple of times and then has wrecked himself after, so it just comes down to not having that much time on the game, not much time on the tracks. Sleeper using the banking. Phantom improves his time to 45.135. Not far behind with a 45.9. An overhead view of this track actually makes it look a lot bigger. Well, not bigger than it is, but it makes it seem big, because when you're on the track racing it, it does not feel this big at all. It's rather quick, narrow, and Thorn just went for a roll trying to avoid Upchurch. Thorn does have the fastest lap with a 44.868 right now. Phantom improves to a 44.584.
Oh, hold on to it, Phantom. Don't hit those.
Parky
Good
has not
job.
been able to lap yet. Sleeper improves to a 47.646. So, I'm going to ask, in your opinion, what part of this track is the nightmare to watch out for?
I would say turn one, just because of the berm strip as you're coming down the little hill. Because if you get up on it too much, this little car is just gonna flip and roll.
So I did notice that in practice when I was running some laps here, the curve strip going into the first right-hander is kind of downhill, and you want to put your wheels on it. It's like a natural instinct. You want to hold the inside line. You want to put your right side tires on it. You want to get the momentum through there. But this car, and it's so funny how it does this, you put your right side tires on it, and if you get just too far inside, the rear end goes up and over, and next thing you know, you're doing a front flip. It's like,
Oh yeah, I
you
did one
think
of
the
those
front,
earlier.
with the front not having any weight, it would go like in a wheelie, but it kind of goes backwards.
Yeah,
So
it's definitely not a. I mean, the car's not too bad, but I don't know. This car
so
wasn't made for this track.
Phantom's gonna finish qualifying out and have a time of 44.584. Parky finishes with a 45.590. Sleeper is gonna come around. He's gonna complete his qualifying lap, and he's gonna be with a 7.646. Waiting to see if Thorn has anything to take Phantom's pole from him. So he's coming around the last corner now. For 8.68, still a good strong qualifying run. Upchurch home a 50.038. Bean, in all of his struggles, is maintaining a 47.101. Out qualifying, Phantom is going to maintain and get fast qualifier for the second race in a. I think he is very strong on wanting that sweep, so 20 laps, we'll figure it out. Find out
Oh
if he
yeah.
comes back into the booth. I do know Thorn is a very strong competitor, and you can see a very good over the pond battle for the front. Said that.
It's a big old pond too.
Watch the Europeans from the front row. I can't say European, fortunately. UK is not really European. But I will be back in a brief minute.
Oh my goodness. Cannot find my lighter.
Alright, I see Sleeper still making some adjustments to his car. I don't know, D-Highs, what do you think? Who are you feeling for your strong favorite in this race?
To go by consistency alone, I don't know. It'd be a hard decision. I want to say K, but
I do
Parky and
feel...
Phantom and Sleeper is not really, and everybody else, there's really no slouch in rookie division. Anybody could win at any time. All it takes is one little mishap, and the whole race could change for anybody.
I do know and feel strongly about where you're coming from with that. K is, from what I've seen from him, a very strong, consistent driver. And that's one thing with the rookies you don't see very often, as Phantom's already rolling under pace lap. He wanted to start this one turned over.
I have no clue what's going on with my
And then he
screen right
takes
now.
out
It's completely
Parky.
white.
You have to change camera. Or change
Yeah, I did
driver, I
that.
should say. But, I do feel K is very more calm and consistent. Parky, I think if he gets out front, he holds a consistent line.
Yeah. It's a tough little car to be consistent with, to be honest.
This is true. Sleeper, he gets really conservative if he gets out front, so we have a very different mix in the rookies, and they're all still trying to find the speed with the consistent line.
Plus, just like a few other tracks that we've raced this season, this track really is, unless you're in a really good spot, it's not really that easy to pass,
Soul's gonna
especially
be
side by
sending them
side or
green.
anything like that.
Green flag is out.
Uh,
Oh. Bean with a
oh,
pretty strong jump off the start there. K ended up getting back around him. Phantom with a nice jump off the start again. Really lead. I noticed that Phantom's been doing a lot better with his starts and his restarts.
oh yeah. Parky just hit the NOS button going around Fiend.
I seen that. Well, we're coming to the closing of this season, as this is week 7 out of 8, and I mean these points battles, you're gonna see some. You're gonna have your hands full for you. I can honestly say that. And Parky gets some air there, but you are gonna have your hands full for you for the next 2 weeks. D-Highs, that veterans points battle.
Oh yeah,
Insane for this late in the season,
thank
and
you.
it's gonna come right down to the end of. Week 8, we're not going to know who's got that championship at all. You got 5 drivers within 20 points. I mean, it's pretty wild. They've all paired up around the track. Thorn chasing down Phantom, Parky and Fiend fighting it out, and Upchurch is actually back here trying to give Sleeper a run. My camera went off to the sky. Just touched the button a little bit. I don't know. I know it's early in the race, but Phantom's looking awfully strong tonight.
Oh yeah.
Parky's back here with his hands full with Fiend.
It's definitely not an easy one.
See, I
Like I
think.
said, this.
Oh,
That has
Fiend.
to be a caution there.
I'm not sure if Fiend. I think if it's not a caution, Parky's giving him his spot back for sure. I'm not
It
sure
looked
if
like his
Fiend.
car jumped into the. I don't know. It was one of them moments where it looked like his car just jumped right into them marshmallows.
Okay, the field is restacking as Thorn has caught Phantom. I just turned I was looking at Sleeper and Upchurch, and then when I turned back, I seen Fiend upside down rolling in front of Parky. So I'm not sure if he hit the peppermints and went sideways in front of Parky, and not 100% sure what all happened there. But with the points battle going on, I'm sure Parky is gritting his teeth about that one. It's unfortunate, especially when you got your rival out front. Soul Pun's getting them in the positions they need to be in. Again, 6 Beetles lined back up together. Parky right on the rear of Phantom, like, I'm here. See what Soul Pun does on letting these guys go. Lets them go in the corner. Oh, Sleeper and Fiend, a little
I
bit of
don't know.
door to door there. Oh, Sleeper, a late break, catches Parky's door a little bit. Now, I don't know if anyone watching has noticed this. Sleeper is showing it extremely well, but as soon as the buggy gets upset in any which way, it takes like half a straightaway to get it back straightened out, because you're like wiggling back and forth.
Oh my, Fiend just did that. How your rear end bounce up off that berm strip like you was talking about.
I know I was like right in that area watching him and Sleeper, and he definitely did the endo. His front 3, not too far separated right now. Parky, he's trying to find that groove. He knows he's in this points battle. Got that lead. 2nd place in points out front right now. Currently, with the fastest lap, taking that bonus point, helping him out. Well, 3 bonus points. And if he continues to be this strong, he's looking at taking most laps and halfway if these two continue to let him run away, I should say. Parky and Thorn go through that corner so differently. I was just about to mention this through this section, but as you've seen Thorn go up on the bank to actually use that,
Yeah.
that is so touchy. I would hit it in practice, I would get a good run, I would hit it the next lap, and all of a sudden my rear end would be in front of my front end. So as much as it seems like it helps, it can also hurt.
So a track like this with this car, would you recommend a softer suspension?
On this car, I wouldn't recommend a softer suspension in general. I mean, people like to run the buggy with a one suspension for fun. I do know this. And it is fun because it will pick that front tire right off the ground. It's awesome
Yeah.
to race. But when you're in a competitive aspect on level you're at, it's more about trying to get your car in tune and consistent, which this track, it has its bumps, it has its little divots, but not enough to throw the car off if you find that line. It's if you go searching for a line and you hit them wrong. Is more of the case. And we're going to see that with the faster divisions because they're going to be finding the faster line. They're going to be pushing the faster line as hard as they can. And you're going to really see if it's going to upset the car or not. And with how many practice laps I've been seeing these guys run, pretty sure they're going to hit spots they're comfortable with. As the Phantom has just emerged out front once again.
And I did notice when I was practicing this car earlier, it does not like the e-brake too well. You
It's a
hit the
short
e-brake,
wheelbase
it
car. I
just,
mean, it's short
yeah,
wheelbase, rear engine. You hit, where's all the weight? You hit the e-brake and it's all right there in the rear as is.
yeah, and it will slide. You hit the e-brake, the little car will slide on you.
They are all pretty spaced out. Let's take a lap. Sorry. Let's take a lap on board with Phantom and see exactly how he's doing around here. Now with Phantom, I noticed watching him run the track the way he is trying. He's not really trying to dive down into corners. He's not pushing over. He's trying to stay center and consistent as he can, and just he's got a lead. Why overdrive it?
He's just along for Sunday drive,
Oh, he
being
goes a little wide
patient.
there. Excuse me. I noticed he went with the mud tractor tires on the back.
Now, will that change anything? Like will that affect like the horsepower or the torque or anything like that if you put those big tires on it?
On the buggy, it does not. I am aware of. There is only one, or there's only two vehicles in the game that you can change the tires and it changes the top speed.
Yeah, the War Wagon being one of them, I
The
believe.
War Wagon and the Mud Digger. Those are the two that actually have some statistical changes, but it's not really enough to make a huge change.
Yeah.
But sometimes the smallest change can make the biggest difference. It's weird. I noticed Parky's running just, just kind of like Phantom. It's not really a comfort for the car, so he's just trying to run a smooth, consistent race. He's not really trying to push it too hard.
I have noticed that last right-hander coming to the finish line. Yeah, you can't push it in that corner too much because you will go out to that wall.
So once you get like I said, you'll see the lines change with the faster divisions, but a lot of the rookies I'm noticing they go into that last right hand corner coming to the finish line, and I've seen Phantom do it several times. They dive in tight. So he goes in a little bit tighter to the wall and he comes out a little wider. So what you're going to see later on through a lot of the divisions is you're going to see them coming in a lot wider to get down to the inside wall, and then they'll come out floating a little bit wider to try and make it more of a straighter shot through the corner instead of fighting with making it turn. It's faster, it's smoother, it's riskier. it's it sounds just as chaotic as it can be. This car, because this car, you miss it and you're gonna regret it. I don't know. I mean, Torsedalen, the walls aren't as grabby as most tracks, but the bug, it grips a wall. It certainly sticks to it.
Oh, yes, it does. Phantom has hit a 44,039.
Phantom has found his groove tonight, that is for sure. He said he was going to come towards the end of the season and give it everything he's got to try and get Parky that championship from Parky this season. And I think he is doing what he said he was going to do.
Now, here's an interesting question for you. What happens, not saying that it will, but what happens if they end up both being tied with points at the end of the season? How does that go about?
The first one that can guess your address will win the points. Well, I do have race results. I'll find a definitive way, whether it comes down to. So if they tie in the A class for some given reason, if they tied in the A class, I would go A class division. I would go through the wins, most wins. If they have the same amount of wins, we can do qualify, like most pole positions. I mean, we have ways. Even if it comes down to where they tie in everything, and I got to go down to who got the most laps led, I can do that.
Have a one race shootout.
But I mean, I have ways to work on that, and it'll come down to a performance, basically.
Yeah, I just think it would be interesting because I don't think I've ever seen anybody tied in points at the final end of the season.
Usually, I've seen points. I've been in a points battle in this league. I lost a pro points battle back seasons ago by 1 point. Me and J Ray tied for second. Lost the championship by 1 point. Speedy. It actually came down to a bonus point. It came down to the fastest lap. We all had it. Phantom is going to come around and win race 2 of the rookie division.
Sweep.
But yeah, Thorn in Your Eye is going to take second. Parky is going to have to settle with third tonight. And it's not a bad run. I mean, it's going to tighten up our points a little bit, but it's going to make it interesting, and those two are definitely going to put on some racing in that final points night. I see that one.
It was, I'm very surprised But then again, once they got these cars under control, there was only, what, one caution? It's actually really good for this track.
Yes, actually, that is very, very true. Alright, we are gonna more talk with the one that sweeps the first division of the night. Oh, he's gonna come in here really, really excited. I think that's his first sweep of the season. Phantom with his first sweep of the season.
Kind of.
Kinda, sorta, just a little bit, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, there was my birth. Did I sweep on my birthday? I already don't remember. Racing's racing.
Well, congratulations once again, Phantom.
I so wanted to break a 44. I was so close as well.
Yeah, the 44039, I think it's what it was.
Yeah, so close, but so far.
It's not an easy car to tame on that track.
No, but I'm just glad it wasn't in A class, because then otherwise I probably would have been in the trees. Oh, that feels good. Feels good to win.
So how shaky was you in that race?
Honestly, that was easier for me than the road cutter was. I mean, I wasn't worried about this one.
Well, I think you had a good run. You jumped out, took the lead, and never looked back. That's for sure. You're definitely gonna make it. That last week is gonna be a battle. You guys are gonna probably put on a good show.
Yeah, well, in theory, I should have earned a lot of points from tonight, so it's either going to be really, really close, or someone's just going to run away with it. Now, I'm hoping it's me that runs away with it. Well, next.
Well, I wouldn't expect anything less. I mean, it's you that wants that championship, right?
Absolutely.
I thought
But Park,
I thought that we were gonna have a nice overseas battle with you and Kay starting out from front. I was like, oh, these two are gonna go at it here.
and then I somehow just walked away.
You hit the gas.
Yeah, I finally remembered where the accelerator is.
But congratulations on your double sweep of the night.
Yeah,
Good
it was.
runs, and you stayed really consistent. Both tough tracks, tough cars. I think you did really well.
Yeah, I mean, it was a tough fight, and the fight was between me and the steering wheel.
I'm gonna get these veterans up and running, and see you and Parky have a nice friendly battle in the final season or final week, 2 weeks for that championship.
1 week, 2 tracks, 2 cars, and not many points in between.
Pretty much.
Only time will tell who the winner will be.
You guys are gonna
Now,
give your all to get there, so.
oh yeah.
I'm gonna hand the broadcast booth over to Parky, and I will probably send in either Soul Punter Reaper to work with you.
Yeah, well, I've done my racing, so now I'm going to go have some stew.
All right.
It's been cooking for like 7 hours now, so it better be ready.
It better be.